CLG Red, they are the veterans, they have the history, they have the experience backing them up as well. And we saw the desk as well, they were kind of in agreement that CLG Red should still be able to take this one. But that being said, you can never ever count out the fiery South American sides. And MIBR, one thing they do possess are the individuals. We heard LyttleZ as well mention in the interview that they have been practicing 12 hours a day for the past 10 days, which is ludicrous. And it's all going to come down to this. Double Julis in the hands of MIBR. It is a map pick coming in from CLG Red. It is going to be Vertigo here. And we have a lot of utility being purchased by Goosebreeder for her team. And it's going to be LyttleZ to start things off. A nice kill onto Die. And the trade not really taking place here.
And it seems to be a pattern. So many Julis come out and they get so many kills time and time again for MIBR. That's already another one for LyttleZ to add on top of it. And so far, a very good start, but CLG still make it really, really tough. A 1 versus 1, and khizha is going to plant the bomb, fake it out, try to see if she can bait out LyttleZ in the process.
Oh, she's just going to... Is she going to fall back? No, she's going to stick on around. LyttleZ, she's reading this perfectly. The swing comes out and LyttleZ clutching out the 1v1. That was a 2v4, heavily favoring MIBR. Valiant attempt from the side of, I do believe it's khizha and Juli to almost bring that one back, but the clutch will go their way. So MIBR off to a solid start. The Juli's getting the majority of the kills as well, something which we really haven't had the opportunity to see thus far here.
But it's really funny because actually we see them actually been bought in this tournament quite a lot. I need Juli stats after this. I need them. I need to see how many times they've been bought in this tournament so far. Because time and time again, I see them come out and they have had some impact, but not as much as this round. And that's already a good start now for MIBR. Some money, of course. MP9s all across the board and one M4 in the hands of LyttleZ. And for CLG Red, it's going to be a very clean eco. Now, LyttleZ, that rifle does fall as Die trades her out very soon and quickly. But josi has the backup here. Good nades on top of it. Goosebreeder does lose a little bit of extra HP. And now they're going to go all in the grinder. They're very eager to try and get some kills going. But, all right, some players here and there were low. That means khizha can pick up another frag. But the M4 stays in the hands of MIBR and 3 people alive.
Yeah, considering with just the Glocks being purchased and I believe 1 flashbang, which was the investment for CLG Red, the fact they were able to take away 3 players, and even though sure it was primarily the SMGs being lost there, but you got to repurchase the Kevlar, your armor, the utility, the kits as well. So definitely a bit of damage being dealt towards the Brazilians. And here we go. The first fight coming out here for the side of Diane and her ladies. And you can see the SMG still very much in play for the CTs. And josi, she's being aggressive. That nade is not going to really find anyone. That being said, Goosebreeder has taken a lot of damage towards the B-bomb site. Arkinia not quite able to confirm the kill, however, but early damage being inflicted here.
CLG Red looking to group up there towards that B ramp. Now a smoke will be thrown, so might delay things. It's going to boost up though. The question is, will MIBR expect that a player has already sneaked right around that corner? Kina is looking. Oh, I think she saw... No, she didn't see the back.
What?
Both of them are missing each other, and now Arkina burns through the Molotov. Well, I guess the Molotov did work out, but this is crazy.
This is, okay, a bit of a questionable sequence of events, but Emmy, she hasn't seen a player. 4x3, she has no idea there's a CT right next to her, and Emmy, they're just standing next to each other. At what point are they going to spin around? I have no idea. This is just hilarious. And josi, she's going to get a free kill, but she doesn't notice another player around the corner. Emmy's finally going to fall, and Emmy's just going to be just shocked at the fact that it was a player right next to her. And this has just been a comedy of errors in round number 3. And with the bomb down, 17 seconds, and Goosebreeder down to just 17 HP. This looks like it is done, but a spray able to connect onto 1. But MIBR, they will win their 3rd. That was so weird.
I'm questioning, is this CSGO? Is this a game of hide and seek? Like, this is, yeah. It all started off with Akina being back at the side, not being checked either. She didn't check the corner. I think from now on, they're going to be very much aware of every single corner where a player could be and almost like over-checking it, perhaps.
But yeah, I'm just, I am so confused. Like, happening once in a round is fair, but it happens twice, which is absolutely ludicrous, and that is going to be CLG Red losing the round in the first buy round, really not getting much done here. But for MIBR, they're going to be happy with the start. We do have a bit of a technical timeout. You could see one of the players chatting furiously with the admin, so hopefully that gets sorted out real quickly. For CLG Red, I do expect them to go for a bit of a pistol armor upgrade. For MIBR, they still have the SMGs in play to kind of make a little bit of cash.
Yeah, and for MIBR, this is also the second game already of the day. They won their first best of 3 to prevent themselves from being eliminated against GodsEnd. It was a 2-1, so it went all the way, and it was quite a tough one. But they stomped, for example, on Dust 2, 16-2 that scoreline was, and then it still went a little bit back and forth. But in the end, they had the breath to continue all the way. So it is a long day for them. But if they continue in that same spirit and that confidence, they might be able to take on the giant that is CLG Red.
Yeah, for CLG Red, we can see speaking of confidence, we also heard Diane say, look, it was just a bad day in the office against Furia again. But right now, what we do have the information that we have to work with is that Furia seem to be the Achilles heel for the CLG Red side. But if they also fall to MIBR, then suddenly the queens of North American CS questions will be asked, as we have the 4 spy coming in here, 3 Galils, decent number of smokes as well, 3 smokes and a flashbang and a duel. Will go the way of Goosebreeder. They're able to find LyttleZ. That was, of course, just the SMG, mind you. The rest of the CTs have the rifles to work with. As khizha playing a very forward position behind the smoke. And she's kind of by a lonesome for the time being. And she's going to be playing ahead of the smoke, but the rotation has taken place. khizha catching Arkinia means they know there's no one at the B bomb site.
Oh, they can just go right in. And it's still doable for a retake. There's a nice chunk of utility left. But a player disadvantage for MIBR. They're going to all come in. 3 CT through. Very
retakeable round for MIBR. They had a utility, but I do believe we might have a replay here, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunate technical issue. We did have it yesterday as well,
yeah.
Violus.
So, yeah, these things can happen. We're at the LAN, and we're just making sure that everything is okay.
It's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood here.
Exactly.
As you can see, the players, they seem still pretty calm. You can still see CLG Red. They're smiling around. I do love the confidence from the NA side, though. I love the fact that despite a couple of losses they've suffered. Oh no! Don't you dare do that again, Goose.
Oh, I feel like I've transported back a couple of years ago.
Did not dab. Did not ever dab again. That could come in. Yeah, that's like. Just let it die. Just let it die. It's gone. It's been a while. No one dabs anymore.
No. But hey, you got to lift up the spirit a little bit sometimes during these technical times, because they can sometimes break the flow a little bit. And I guess in the case of CLG, you want to make sure that you keep up the spirit.
Yeah, they should. And we're back. Unfortunately, we do have a little bit of a technical snafu right now as they are investigating. We're going to just talk things through here as to how some of the games have played out today, right? We had some pretty close affairs. Well, the previous game is still in the back of my mind, like that big Na'Vi game, OTs in both the maps, a crazy upset being pulled off here.
Yeah.
Now, I know that was like the biggest upset we've had thus far in ESL Impact, but listen, man, I won't lie, like CLG Red. They keep saying we've had like a bad time, we've had some unfortunate moments, we have jet lag, we have a lot of other issues and whatnot. You can have the excuses, but if you're not delivering in the server, suddenly these upsets can happen. It would be a shocker for me not to see CLG Red in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's what everyone has been saying. But honestly, somewhere I feel MIBR might be able to pull it off. The firepower that they have, we know how the Brazilians can be as well. So if they channel that firepower, and I think, they were probably expecting, CLG to be in this spot. I think coming into this event, this is one of the teams you need to have your eye out on.
You absolutely do. And then, of course, we of course have like a pretty good crowd as well. Today's the weekend. I don't know. I really haven't had a chance to step outside, but it is still very, very sunny in Valencia. I do want to be outside, but then at the same time, I do want to be here watching this game
All
as well.
the action.
It is very, very conflicting for me personally. Of course, yesterday, you know, we had the 6 best-of-1s, then we had a best-of-3 as well, where we unfortunately had to say goodbye to the Australians in the form of Mindfreak.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but at the same time, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, though, I'm super excited. I feel like the teams we have who are going to be playing tomorrow, of course, they're going to be joined by the winner of this matchup as well.
Yeah.
It just feels like if CLG Red make it, it would be the big names there. Sure, we lose Big Keeper, but I think Na'Vi Javelins are more than are a fantastic replacement for them as well.
Yeah. But that's the thing, you know, Big and Na'Vi have always been these two teams over at the EU region that have been. It's always back and forth, you know. One time Big wins, the other time Na'Vi wins, and this time, you know, it is Na'Vi coming up top, and it's fun because now Na'Vi, it's their first LAN as well, whereas Big last time around they were in the semi-finals, so sort of like the reverse sweep here.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Right now, we're still waiting on some word from production to let us know what's happening. They are investigating. Hopefully, things should be sorted out very, very quickly. But I hope you guys are having a good time over there at home. It is pretty warm here in Valencia.
It is.
I wanted to listen. I wanted to wear like a bit of a jacket and whatnot. And the moment I stepped in yesterday, I'm like, no way am I doing that. It's just been pretty warm, but it's been great as well. Did you have a chance to? I know you're a bit of a weeb, but did you have a?
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I. So,
not gonna lie.
But did you have a chance to? Did you have a chance to go to the? Actually, no. I do hear word. We might be going to a very short break, ladies and gentlemen, but for 3 minutes, and hopefully when we're back, you don't have to listen to us talk about anime. Instead, you can be jumping straight into the game. Right now, we're still waiting on some word from.
world's gone crazy. We're all crying for help. All the world's gone crazy. Time to think for yourself.
Hello everybody and welcome back. We had a little bit of a tech issue, but everything seems to be fixed for now, so that's a good sign. Let's hope we don't break anything again. But yeah, we're just getting the first map on the way of Vertigo of MIBR against CLG. The Americas going head-to-head in this Group B decider game. So there's a lot on the line here, Blair. You know, one of these teams is going to go home.
Yeah, there's so much pressure on the line, and that's when we can go back to what the Dust was talking about as well. When it's a pressure cooker situation, it's when the veterancy should be coming out on top, as we will be jumping back into the game here, ladies and gentlemen. Normal services have resumed. And MIBR, they're gone for the force by khizha with the M4A1. The rest of them, just the pistols here. And CLG Red, because in the second round, despite it being a loss, they were able to inflict a decent amount of damage. Meaning the money was never in a great place for MIBR despite the 3-round win streak. So here we go. CLG Red. You can see there as well, 2 retrieved M4A1s from the previous round. And just be looking to slowly grind back into this. Still the lead for MIBR. And a very just defaultish hole. We have 1 player towards A, 2 towards mid, and LyttleZ looking to take the duel here with the Deagle. And she's got a teammate nearby as well.
Oh, LyttleZ trying, but the shot not quite connecting yet. Oh, they're trying. Arkina does find one for herself, but just making sure that the rifles stay far away, because you don't want any one of those being picked up by MIBR. This is very interesting because Hera is about to sneak and go on some nice little adventure. Might be able to find a player. But at this moment CLG have spread out a little bit as well. There's a lot of noise, some Molotovs flying around. And CLG tries to make some use of it. There is the kill. The timing is perfect. The information is also there that it's not going to be going towards the B-bomb side. And in fact, look at this. Kills raining here for MIBR, leaving Emmy just by herself, and she can't simply do it even with the rifle in hand. MIBR steal this round away.
Yeah, that is just such a disaster for CLG Red. And just, they seem so trepidant, right? They seem so slow and trepidant in how they're approaching this. And of course, the pistol's doing all the work. And this flank, though, this is brilliant from Hera, clotheslining Goosebreeder, and then brilliant from josi. Like, in that position with the 5-7, landing those headshots, especially against the rifles, and then delaying for as long as possible for her teammates to arrive and help her out, and that is going to be 4-1 here for the side of the Brazilians. So CLG Red, they get one, and then immediately the bounce back from MIBR.
Yeah, so far a really good start. And this is the thing, MIBR has had pretty solid starts, but holding on to it sometimes can seem a little bit tricky. And now of course CLG has still got some money left in the bank. So they're gonna go on and go for another buy. Not everyone has a lot of utility in the bank, but it's just going to go for a cohesive play towards that B-bomb site. Already first kill going in for Goosebreeder, and still on a close angle. And the Molotovs will force out the CTs from the site. At the same time, though, mid, a bit of a slaughter fest as well. And currently a player advantage in favor of CLG.
Juli doing a great job there with the Galil, able to find the kill. And despite being traded, if you look at the utility for the CTs, they don't really have incendiaries and nades. Flashes are good though, and Emmy tucked on in. The player gonna walk on past her, and it's gonna be Hera to find one, but the quick reply from khizha, leaving it all down to LyttleZ in a 1v3. She knows where the second player is as well, but she's tucked on in, and it is gonna be khizha with the swing and a massive 3K to take the round for CLG Red.
Yeah, so right after they lost that very tough round. They bounce right back as they should. And the money was a bit of a question there as well. So a lot on the line in order to finally get some momentum going in your way. And khizha is doing a phenomenal job there in the after plan. So 2-4. And the money is absolutely wrecked for MIBR. They're still going to go for it. Forced by up on the board, LyttleZ on the scout, josi and MP9, and the rest just some deagles. But we have seen MIBR pull off one, actually not just one, quite a lot of these types of rounds. And Die now already tagged up by that scout. And we know, you know, if LyttleZ is able to hit some more, tag up some players, then suddenly the pistols can come in full effect.
There's a player tucked on in the right-hand corner of the ramp position, though. And the CTs, they had a few smokes, down to just one in the hands of LyttleZ. But apart from that, no more utility remaining. So it's going to come down to just contact plays. They got a couple of kits as well, MP9. We've already seen them pull off the eco win, but that came off the fact that they were being aggressive and getting the flank, and CLG Red being a little too loose in their approach. But now they're going to be grouping up together. LyttleZ still holding the angle. She's by her lonesome, and immediately the peek comes on in, but still able to get attacked. Now there are 2 tags, make that 3 from LyttleZ. So these pistols, they all need 1 bullet apiece, but Goose and Die will strike in tandem. But look at how low 3 of the members are here, but Goosebreeder is charging on up, leading by example, and now the 2v4 here for the CTs.
Definitely could still be possible. Akina finds one Hera with a follow-up, but now she needs to clutch it out. Juli, though, is low, only 1 bullet away from death. And khizha, if they can manage to find a headshot, could work out perfectly. There's even a kid in play, though, for Hera, so if she finds these 2 kills, this round could, again, be so disastrous for CLG. It's gonna jump on top of the box, try to see if there's players over towards the catwalk area. But now, sooner or later, that bomb is going to be taken away. Not looking at the right angle. Had an idea of where the player was, but sadly there was 1 more, and CLG take home the round.
Still made us sweat quite a bit there, especially those scout shots being landed by LyttleZ. Could have really completely ruined this round here for the side of the North Americans. But great stuff from Goose, especially the tap on the khizha. Able to wrest this one back, but still 4-3, a tiny lead for the CTs. But now we're down to just the default pistols. I see a couple of P250s being purchased, but that's about it. They're going to be going for a bit of a stack towards the B stairs. A wide swing here could take down khizha, but that will still be information getting picked up, but they're just going to be holding the ground for the time being.
And this is smart. It's almost as if khizha is expecting it. Just holding things off, actually on both sides. So they're just playing out the long game, knowing that MIBR's on pistols. They might try and pull off something cheeky. And now they're going to be trying to make something work, and at least that's a trade. That's an AK now in the hands of the CTs. But as soon, of course, as all those footsteps were heard, they're going to make a move. They're going to go towards that A-bomb site and make sure that that side is theirs. Position for after plant, and they still have plenty of utility left to try and delay, but is it even necessary? Of course, just the bare pistols, no armor, and they're going to go right into the meat grinder of Goosebreeder and Juli.
They'll be looking to upgrade that one of the MAC-10s with an AK as well, right? That was khizha's AK. If they can find that, ensure they only lose the MAC-10. josi spotted out. There's not much you can do from this position. And see CLG Red slowly start to surround her. And it is going to be Emmy getting a kill with the MAC-10. Also opening up her account. She's had a bit of a quiet start to the game, but they will tie things up here. And considering the solid start MIBR had here on the CT side, they're going to be pretty... CLG Red are going to be pretty happy with the way they've managed to claw this back, considering the one round they lost to the pistols as well. So pretty even Stevens here on map number 1. Of course, we got, I do believe, Inferno coming up next as well.
Yeah, that's very exciting too. Especially knowing that this map can also be a very close affair. What can it then do if you suddenly land yourself on a map like Inferno? But of course that is for later. Now they need to worry about this one. Who will take Vertigo home? Still a lot of options left for both teams to try and make this a W. I like that they're going to be boosting up a player here, so at least LyttleZ can try and capitalize off him. Will drop down, try to swing onto a second one, but Juli is strong and she grabs both kills, so that means that mid is still completely under control and if a lot. Oh, but look at this though. MIBR are going to be sneaking. That's a lot of information, especially now after having that middle ground lost, but Goosebreeder finds one. It's one trade, but still a player advantage for CLG.
Yeah, they're going to be grouping up together here, and they have the information. They're like, all right, there's one player pushing up towards A, so just uhKelsie, the defender, and with the play coming on in, the nade actually landing on Juli, but not dealing enough damage, so the bomb will be planted. And the retake is on. khizha coming in from the B stairs, where there is one of the members of CLG Red, is khezii. Just jiggle peeking around, just looking to spot her, and she has spotted her. And the swing comes out, and that should be the immediate call for uhKelsie to go for the save here. Might be able to pick up that kit on her retreat. And indeed, she will, but she needs to be careful, and she will find die, but yeah. It's taking a little bit of time, and she will have to. There we go. She will have to go for the save. For a moment, I thought the moment she got a kill on the die, she might go to attempt the retake. But CLG Red, it took a while, but they are back to the winning ways, and they will have the lead. And it's been a hell of a start here, primarily for Goosebreeder. She's been just leading by examples of clean shots from her, 13 and 7 for the Cobra Chicken.
And that in, well, just about 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very strong start. Now, of course, we need to wait and see how will MIBR fire right back, because we know they can definitely bounce back, but going up against the Titan that is CLG, that must be, or must have, you know, a little bit of extra pressure added on top of your shoulders.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to these sort of elimination games, you will tend to notice, right? Like, there are two ways of looking at it. Obviously, for CLG Red, they have the experience. They've been in scenarios like this where it's crunch time, they have to deliver, and they have that experience to fall back on. On the flip side, because you're the favorites, there is going to be that added pressure where if you get knocked out here to MIBR, losing to Fury and MIBR, the question is going to be raised. You're like, all right, you're one time the queens of the Americas, and what are you right now? So it depends on the mentality you have and how you approach it. 3 MAC-10 buy coming out here from CLG. I love this read. I love this read from the NA side. They're like, all right, we know their money's going to be kind of ruined at the moment. Let's farm a little bit of cash.
Yeah, that's actually very smart. And this round seems very easily winnable too. LyttleZ is already tagged up. And yeah, well, there is one kid in play, but by the looks of it, it's just going to be sitting, holding for exit as Akina just falls back, holds on to that M4. Would be nice if LyttleZ or khizha can upgrade. But in this case, there's a very big chance you're going to be upgrading to a MAC-10 if you're able to find a player. Ooh, Goosebreeder make some noise. Really want to farm some cash. And, well, that is another kill. Emmy just going through the Molotov to grab that one. Talk about balls.
Oh, and they get every one of them. No one survives there. Of course, that being said, it was just the primarily the pistols for the CT side, so... Still, though, CLG Red able to make a little bit of extra bank there. I like that play. There have been so many teams we've seen at Impact thus far. Even when they have the correct read, they know it's going to be a full eco or it's going to be some P250s and 5.7s and whatnot. You'll see them go for the full rifle buys, right? But when you have the MAC-10s, in this particular scenario, you had 3 of them just to get that extra cash. But it's really nice to have one player wielding the MAC-10 against an eco or a force buy just to be kind of like the person to go on a fact-finding mission to ensure that there's not going to be any... Okay, hold on. What a drop from LyttleZ. Catching Goosebreeder and khezii, the 1-2 wombo combo, and that is a bit of a shock and awe from MIBR. I love that play. Just a dry drop down with the AWP.
Talk about confidence, LyttleZ. Even though they're now 2 rounds down, not going to be seeming to stop her at all. Now Akina, oh, she needs to be aware. She has a knife out. She was not ready for CLG to already be pushing up that quickly. There's a little bit of utility, but again, CLG, they have the plan of their own. And now Emmy with another kill on top of it. LyttleZ is in a little bit of troubled water. And just by the end, she falls back into that Molotov. It was very hard for her to see those smoke, flashbangs, you name it. Utility game seems really strong for CLG, so another bomb is planted. Technically, it could still be possible. A 2-on-3, and Emmy is quite low. And suddenly, there's only flashbangs left for CLG, so they need to make a very, very quick run. khizha finds one, but again, the trades are there. CLG hold onto the side like a beast, and that's another round on the scoreboard for them.
Emmy was 0-6 a while ago, but then this was just brilliant. 4 kills, even at 3 HP, able to find the 4th frag. And now she's in, I think, 8-7 here. And despite the opening 2 kills going the way of MIBR, Emmy able to just bring this one, just wrest this one back from the Brazilians. Great shots from her, great positioning as well. And in the end, Dai even helping her out with the AWP. 14-9 for Goosebreeder and khizha, the 2 heavy lifters. And here comes the push though. The flash is so very good, but Juli and Goose are there to finish this one off. Hold that thought, however. josi and LyttleZ, they picked up a couple of AKs. Now, LyttleZ doesn't have any armor to work with, but josi, Kevlar in hand, she could be lethal.
Not a big prem play needs to come in though. CLG has pushed all the way towards that B-bomb side, and MIBR are looking, thinking they're going to be heading back towards that A side. That's not quite going to happen. Now the bomb is planted, and honestly, in this case, there's no kit in play, so they might as well just hold on to those AKs, because you're not going to really be doing any economic damage, and having 2 AKs on CT side can be really favorable.
It could be, but if you take a look at the, you talk about the money, right? CLG Red's money just out of control right now. khizha's going to be over 10K. Juli's already over 10K alongside Emmy. So 3 players over $10,000, and Emmy's already on the hunt. She's looking to take away these guns. The moment she clears this corner, but LyttleZ boosted up on the boxes, who's going to find Emmy. And unfortunately, her teammate's a little too far away, and I don't think Dai wants to gift an AWP for MIB, towards MIBR. So yeah, they lose a few players, but as you pointed out, Fearless, their money is in such a good position. They don't have to be phased losing a few players there. And CLG Red right now, it was MIBR with a strong start. It was a bit of a back and forth in between, but they seem to be in full control now.
Yeah, now they have the momentum going all the way in favor. There's a pause being called. And I like this. We actually saw it come out for MIBR last time around, against Godsend, where they were calling timeouts after still a round win, but just knowing you're going to be going up against another buy round of your opponent, and wanting to continue the win streak, wanting to capitalize on the momentum you're having and not give anything away.
See the coach is talking things through. It's been, I did really enjoy, and I'm kind of sad that we won't be seeing, I think it was Big Akipa's coach, who's so very animated, so intense. I had so much fun just watching. I kind of wish we had a coach cam just for him.
Coach cam.
but the rest of them, I'm not talking about Hundreds cam, I'm talking about something wholly different altogether. But here we go, a faster hit coming in towards the B-bomb side. Urkinia, bit of a panic deploy, and they're just being forced back. The utility is so good that even though there were 2 CTs on that B-bomb side, they're forced to respect the utility being hurled in by CLG Red. The spacing is brilliant as well. Bomb will be planted, and now MIBR having to go for the 5v5 retake. And look at where Juli is as well, just being so very passive towards mid, and they need to clear her. And Juli, she's going to find the first, and she's still going to tuck on in. This looks like the round's done.
That's like conditioning too. They know Juli is there, but Juli can capitalize and play this one out a little bit more passive than that she did a couple of rounds ago. And now the kills start to rain all in favor of CLG. There's a little bit of fire back, but LyttleZ just by herself with an open hand. Not gonna happen this time around. She might be able to steal something away. Not gonna happen. Dai wins the AWP battle. And CLG are very, very close now to being on double digits already.
That was so beautiful. Just that entire sequence of utility getting deployed in the B bomb site, and there was no answer from the CTs. And then you said it as well, Juli, that she's been conditioning them that she's going to be looking towards mid every single time they go for a B hit, but she didn't get aggressive. She held her line, waited for the CTs to come on in. The spacing was off. She gets 3 kills, and even the AWP getting stolen away from LyttleZ. Now, it's max loss bonus, so the buy's still going to be coming on in for the CTs, but they have been shook. And that 3-0 scoreline we had for MIBR, it just feels like a distant, faded memory at this point.
Suddenly things are looking really dire for MIBR here. We're trying to hold on, but the CT side so far definitely has not been working out. And as you said, it's really coming down to CLG's utility game, where MIBR just like, we can't do anything. It's too much of a risk to push through the smoke or try and enforce the Molotov. You want to try and hold on as many plays as you can, because in this case against a force like CLG, you're going to need them. And sometimes it takes a little bit of extra creativity. Like here, Akina is down right at the bottom of ramp, and suddenly all the kills are starting to go and swing towards MIBR. khizha 2 on A ramp herself as well. Though, of course, leave it up to Juli to take control of that mid area. But there are 2 players down.
Goose. Just taking a shot to mask the sound for picking up the weapon. That is the AK-47. She's now going to be grouping up with a teammate. It's going to require Goose to be quite lethal here, but this hole looks almost impenetrable from the CTs. LyttleZ's there to hold the line. Flashbang's not good enough, and it's all on Juli. And LyttleZ going for the re-pick. At this time around, she's able to find a kill, getting to round number 5. Able to stop the streak here from CLG Red. They were in an 8-round streak as we head into the final round of this first half. So 5 rounds for the CTs. I don't think it's going to be enough, in all honesty. And even if they get to 6 rounds, it's still going to be a pretty solid half here from the North American side. But CLG, they just might go for the try to test it again. It could be the B play coming in. This time, though, there is an incendiary to stop them in the tracks.
Finally, MIBR using their own utility and having the money to have that large amount of utility. Ooh, but through the smoke. Hello, Dai. Dai actually seems to be winning that AWP battle a lot against LyttleZ, whereas earlier today, LyttleZ was phenomenal on that AWP. So being able to shut her down is definitely a good sign if you're a CLG Red fan. And the fun fact is, LyttleZ is on 12 kills, whereas Dai is only on 6. But the impact she's been having through killing her is a really good thing for CLG.
And this push on khizha though, she can gather a lot of information. You can see the rotation already starting to take place. But josi, how long can she stay alive? No one's checking her position. She's been found. Goose gets the kill, and she spotted the second player as well. khizha, there was an opportunity. There was a bit of a window for her to find a flank, but now 5 versus 3. They are trapped in this A bomb site, but still the bomb will be planted. And this retake, it's going to get very, very uncomfortable. The flank's been taken care of as well, and Hera and Arkinia, they have to go for this.
Only 1 shot they have, but it's a really rough spot for them to be in. Dai is scoping in, has a very good idea where to a player is, and Akina finds 1, but the time is ticking, a Molotov on the bomb, and suddenly it's getting harder and harder by the second. Goosebreeder swings right through the smoke with the last kill, and that is now the half for CLG. Yes, welcome back everybody here at ESL Impact Valencia. We are 10-5 in this first map of Vertigo of CLG against MIBR. It's a Group B decider, a lot on the line for both teams, and so far CLG having a really solid start.
Yeah, a little bit of some signs of life there from the side of the Brazilians, but I don't know if it's going to be enough in all honesty. They had a great start taking the pistol in the first 3 rounds, winning 4 out of the first 5, but then only able to pick up the penultimate round as their 5th. Is it going to be enough? We're going to be finding out. It's going to be a play coming in towards the B bomb site. Bit of a pincer maneuver here, and Juli, the beast of mid, just biding her time. She sees the utility getting deployed. USP out, ready to snipe away some of the plays. She doesn't stick around though. Information conveyed, but the B defenders, they're getting pincered from both directions. And Emmy and Dai to fall to josi. And now the 4v3. Bomb yet to be planted. And it will indeed finally do so. LyttleZ on 7 HP though.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of tags already been dealt onto MIBR, but at least they're positioned here for after plant. Now the bomb is slowly but surely ticking away, and there is no kit in the hands of the CLG Red Girls. Now khizha is gonna swing and try and fight, but it's not gonna happen, and MIBR take home the pistol, and this is definitely a round they desperately needed.
Especially when you have 2 players on the B bomb side playing that up front inside of the bomb site, you need to have your mid defender kind of commit to the fight, right? So Juli falling back there, it was kind of like a death sentence for Emmy and Dai, just getting swarmed by the Glocks. So MIBR with a solid start here. They've won both the pistols, still trailed by 4 rounds. We have a force spike coming out from the CTs though. CZ in hand with Goosebreeder, something which you rarely get to see nowadays. A bit of a dink as well from the MAC-10, which might have been heard by LyttleZ. The smoke starts to fade. She will slowly pedal back to safety. Meanwhile, a bit of an excursion towards mid as well. khizha with the MAC-10 and the Galil, and Juli with Deagle lies in wait.
Oh, she's gonna creep in now. And just actually right at the timing that khizha is throwing a Molotov. So great timing, she can escape from that position. And now LyttleZ making things a little bit more rough for CLG as she takes on the kill there onto Goosebreeder. Ooh, all right, there we go. Another kill going the way of MIBR, and a lot of control for them now as well. Smokes in place in mid. And also they can pretty much decide whether they want to go A or B. khizha has a lot of space, and if she finds one more, oh, it's not going to happen. Emmy from right the other corner, and Juli there as well. Yeah, this round is a tough one. Now MIBR are going to try. Set foot on A. Oh, maybe not if you're completely exposed like that. khizha takes the opportunity with the pistol. Still makes things quite costly. And with 10 seconds on the clock, it could become real dire real soon. Juli goes for the swing with the Deagle, finds a player trying to escape.
There's a smoke and a kit.
Oh, this is gonna get really dicey.
Juli picking up the Galil though. This is not going to be easy. Spots one of them, but that's a great hold. That's a beautiful hold from LyttleZ and Arcania, ensuring if one gets taken down, the trade would take place, and that still got scary. Some of the shots being landed by CLG Red could have easily ruined the day there for MIBR, but now, at least for the time being, MIBR able to stave away yet another buy. It's going to be just the pistols coming out here for CLG Red, and a great opportunity for MIBR to get to round number 8.
So now just the pistols for CLG. It's a good opportunity though for MIBR to creep in closer. Build up some cash as well. We still do have Hera on that MAC-10. So perhaps she can go for a little info play, try to see if she can push and see as to where those CTs are all lined up now. CLG Red though, they do have that flashbang, and I know Anders certainly likes that whenever you have some pistols, but you can make or break a round perhaps if you have a flashbang in hand. So it was a good idea trying to peek off of that, dealing a little bit of damage onto LyttleZ, but sadly in the process also losing Dai. So MIBR Gonna change plan, go right the other way, but CLG is expecting it.
They are, but Hera, Mac 10 in hand. This is a dangerous duel. She's going to come out on top, though. Josie, blinded or not, she's still going to find 2 kills, and it's all on the Goose. Just a P2K, so not really expecting her to get much done here. 1 kill would itself be quite miraculous, if you ask me. So it might be a clean round coming out from the Brazilians. But now the buy is on.
It's going to be an important round though, because CLG is going to be struggling with money. MIBR slowly building it up. So perhaps this is the moment for the momentum to then switch in favor of the Brazilians.
There we go. Considering how one-sided that first half was, in all honesty, MIBR winning the pistol. And now they've done the same, right? Both the halves, they've won the first 3 rounds. They've done the whatever is required here in the second half to try and make things close. But yeah, there we go. It's a bit of a bonus round for the T's, though. We have the Mac 10 still in play, a Galil as well for khizha, as the nades will come sailing on in. Fortunately for the CTs, they're nowhere nearby, but they'll come running on through the flames. khizha has been burnt down to 20 HP and Arkinia on 44.
This is interesting because often when CLG back on that T side were using a lot of utility, they were forced back and MIBR was too scared to push through it. Now they're going to try to, and 3 players are pretty tagged up now, but at the same time, they do manage to snatch away 2 kills for themselves. The bomb now also planted, and suddenly it's looking very rough for CLG to try and retake, the money not being there, and just a single kit.
They have to go for the save, there's nothing they can do, and so chaotic. The fact that khizha and Arkinia just run on in through the flames. And a flashbang completely blinding Goose, not able to find a target and get a clothesline. Great entries coming in from Josi and Arkinia. And again, no one dying for MIBR. These are fantastic rounds. And with CLG Red, after... The thing is, when it comes to ramp fights, where you usually see the CTs trying to pressure it, trying to delay it for as long as possible, but then MIBR, they had a game plan in mind, just a barrage utility being deployed towards the sandbags position, and not even respecting the CT's counter Molotov, just going in for the play, keeping everyone alive as well. The past 2 rounds have been fantastic for the T side, not losing a single player. That means the money's blossoming as well. Now, for CLG Red, you can start to feel, you can start to see as well the pressure slowly start to mount.
And the other side, MIBR seem actually pretty confident. I saw some smiles on Arkinia as well, on her face. So I think even though MIBR is still around behind, they feel it is possible. And with that feeling, you can grasp onto that and carry it on to make some really fun plays here on that T side.
Coach Cam in effect, the good type, not the bad one, as we can see both the coaches of respective teams talking things through. It's a critical time here for both sides. CLG Red, though, because of the saved rifles, will be able to eke out yet another solid buy here. MIBR, though, in a 4-round streak, making to look at 5 games. Look at the cash as well. The fact they happen to rebuy anything. The average of about $6,000 in each and every one of the members has died with the op, looking to find the impact. You said earlier that in the first half, she was finding a lot of impact by taking down her opposing, the opposing opper on the side of MIBR, but thus far on the CT side, she has been very, very quiet indeed.
She needs to make some use of that AWP, and she certainly now does. Repositions, falls back a little bit, but so does MIBR. That Molotov will be a little bit too scary for them to push through again. They're going to be heading the other way towards that B side. Suddenly, it's actually quite quiet. 2 players now coming in, a bit of backup from mid. Juli leaves that now open. And Goosebreeder, I like this. She's going to go for the info play, and she finds a player in the process.
It's kind of crazy how she's able to escape here. Arkinia, boosted up right next to the wood. Now, apart from the pistol round, we really haven't seen much pressure, or a couple of rounds there, especially against pistols and the eco rounds. Haven't seen too much of pressure being applied on this B bomb site. 33 seconds, the timing and the smoke is important. Arcana is going to be ahead of it, but Emmy just pops out and takes her head. And now, there's a bit of a ruse. The two T's making their way in towards A, but all this commotion is being heard as Goosebreeder was going to spam away at Hera. Bombs dropped as well, and that is an exceedingly clean round for CLG Red. Not a singular point of damage being taken. A much better defense being put up.
And this is the fashion they need to do it in. If they want to build that economy fast, you got to win the rounds very nice and clean. It all started off with a great opening, then the info play by Goosebreeder and a good hold eventually after capitalizing on that info. It's a really good and solid round for CLG, but now the question is, can they capitalize on more? There's still a lot of money left for MIBR in the bank. If they really want to crush them, they need to win rounds back to back.
Aggressive posturing. We saw this actually really work out well for MIBR in the 14th round of the first half. Let's see if it's going to work out this time around. They're going for the pincer again, something we saw in the pistol round, which did really work out for them. Dry swing and elbow spotted from Diane. She's able to land the tag, the damage, and it's a complete shutdown. Juli towards mid, in the meantime finding 3 kills, and only one player stands. It's all in Hera. 1 versus 2. She knows the B-bomb set has been cracked. She knows the mid defender is down, but she's all on her lonesome. She's got a Molotov as well to try and delay this retake, but it's not going to be easy.
It's going to be thrown, and ooh! Even so, she crosses and Kelsey spots her. So that's a good tag already onto her. Flashbang now being thrown, but Hera tucked in the corner, very close by. She swings and hits the shot, and she does exactly so. Now there's suddenly a chance, but Goosebreeder is coming in from behind. I'm not sure if Hera is quite aware of it. Maybe now, as the time just passes by, forced out by the Molotov, but she swings and hits the kill. Hera, you can see how excited she is that she grabbed that one up for the team. And that means now that MIBR, they're gonna continue and creep closer.
That is so huge. And this is after a 3K, a beautiful 3K from Juli standing in the flames. And then down to Hera to bring this one back. That was a 1v3. And 20 HP to clutch it out. She needed the headshot. The Molotov was perfect as well from Goosebreeder. The wide swing out and punctures her skull. That is beautifully done by Hera. We have a bit of tactical timeout as well as MIBR talk things through. This one's poised on a razor's edge. This game is back and forth, considering the fact. Challenger Fury ladies as well.
Yeah, I mean, they must be very excited, of course, and supporting the fellow country mates. It's always a lot of fun to see, and some extra MIBR fans there as well. It's very exciting, all the support that not just MIBR, but all the ladies have been having this whole weekend long, and we're only halfway done. You know, we have the finals day tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 semis and grand finals as well. What a hero play from Hera. And that's definitely going to give a little bit of extra pep in the step of MIBR. But that being said, for CLG Red, still money in their coffers. Still a very, very solid buy coming out. And for MIBR, just an incredible round. They've won 5 of the 6 rounds here thus far on the second half. And what was just a gargantuan lead for CLG Red, and what was 9-4 for the NA side. It seems like an old memory. Aggressive posturing though from Dai. Offers having to find a kill, which she won't. khizha and josi strike simultaneously, and with a 4v3, the rotation is on, but they might even just go for the save here.
Yeah, money is not really in a good spot, and they're still round up, so that means after this one, they will be tied. But if you can hold on to 3 rifles, that is still very nice. You can then be able to afford yet again another buy, and you know, at this point you're starting to look into the long run here as well. So every little bit can count, but they're still very close by the smoke. They can give it a shot if they want, but the utility still is there for MIBR to hold on to the site. Now, there is a single flashbang left. They used one to try and sort of enter the site. It's good for a kill onto Akina, but 2 in return, leaving Juli all by herself, and she's not going to be able to escape at all. MIBR continue the streak again and creep to 11 11.
They tie things up. What a round from khizha. That was some fantastic shots being landed by her. And CLG Red, a little quiet in their camp at the moment. Finding out that it's not going to be easy at all. Even though everyone at the desk was unanimous in their decision that it should be, on paper at least, a pretty comfortable game here for the NA side. Dai has been having a very quiet game, uncharacteristically quiet game, especially as a primary opera for your team. Like, that is going to be a problem. When you're going to be the turret on the A bomb side and you're being handed the responsibility of the op every single time, and you're missing sitters like that, it's not going to be easy. Because everyone's been is fantastic. We saw Goose on the T side earlier; she was great. Juli at mid, Emmy had her moment as well in the 2 versus 4. Kelsey's been impactful as well, but Dai has been a little quiet unless she wakes up. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. But this is big. This flank coming on in, MIBR might not be ready for this.
Kina is mainly looking towards the B ramp. So that means Dai can sneak right past her, and now they're gonna come. They need to line up the shot. It's not gonna happen. Dai misses, and now all the kills favor MIBR again. The last 2 players for CLG are over towards the other bomb site. Gonna be left to rotate over, try and make something work. Could be nice if they can chip into a rifle or 2. But it's not going to come easy at all. Flashbang comes through as well, try to clear out the positioning of Emmy perhaps. There's smokes in place there as well. Because they have certainly a feeling as to where CLG Red is positioned. Going to use a Molotov that forces Emmy to now go completely back as well.
Of course, for the CTs was the save, so too bothered about losing these weapons. I'm still going to stick on with the Deagle. Kevlar in place. Lost bonus money maxed out here. A smile being cracked by MIBR. Multiple smiles being cracked. On the other camp, though, it's full focus. It's trying to somehow dissect this attack, but it's looking so good for the side of MIBR. They don't seem to be breaking a sweat here. A couple of rounds sure came down to the wire, right? We saw the clutch coming in from Hera, but apart from that, most of the rounds they've won have been very convincing indeed.
Yeah, you were saying earlier, you know, Dai not really having the impact on the up, but that's the thing. It was in 10 to 5 half, and with the economy not quite being there for CLG, it's tough to reinvest into that orb. It's a big risk too, because if you lose it, you know, your economy is even worse spot. So now they're just going to be trying an hold on, smoke onto the ramp. But MIBR still keen to try and set foot onto the side, just waiting and seeing, forcing out player in that position with the Molotov. So that's at least some information. I'm not even going to try and use to take a kill off of it, just force the CTs back.
Really haven't seen too much of an execute, so to speak, from the side of MIBR towards the B bomb side, but here we go. Molotov's raining in, Emmy playing in the middle. There's a player right next to her. How is this happening again? How is this allowed to happen again as Emmy at least able to get a reply, but then it's a little too late. It's a 4 versus 3, and the bomb will be planted in the CTs. They have not much to work with, but they're able to hit on josi. So now it's a 3v3, still doable. They have the kits. At this point, they might just want to go for this.
Yeah, if not, things are not looking too great for CLG. Now Goosebreeder finds another kill onto khizha, and they need to go in quite fast because the bomb is taken away. Oh, the nade takes out Goosebreeder, and now it's a waiting game. You can play out the long run here, and both players here for MIBR find the last 2 kills, and you can see they are happy. And if you're Lace, I love you guys so much.
Gotta love players supporting their own countrymates. Love to see it. Right now, CLG Red, they need a little bit of support as well. They need more than support. They need to somehow win some of these rounds. And this has happened 3, 4 times already, getting 4 by 3. Listen, I play in 4 by 3 as well, so I know. I mean, I feel you, but at the same time, I'm not as good as these ladies, so it is a bit of a pickle. CLG Red find themselves in. They have one round, Fearless. One round in the second half from a 9-4 lead, a massive lead. And that's on the attacking side. You felt like they've done their job. That's pretty much guaranteed right now. But then MIBR, they say, hold my mimosa, watch this. And they are just dragging this one back. 2-round lead here. And if you look at the bye again, they lose all the players, so it's going to be a light bye. And that means another opportunity for MIBR to get to round number 14.
Things are certainly scary, but you got to make some use of the pistol. So a little bit of an aggressive push coming through from CLG. It's at least good for a kill. Though as soon as the footsteps were heard, khizha is aware, looks behind and finds the shot. Now LyttleZ picks up Juli there as well. So player advantage now in favor for MIBR. This, on paper, should not result in any more kills, but you never know, because there's even a grenade in hand. It could do some nice chunk of damage in case MIBR do lend themselves, or do try to go into a site. But CLG, obviously, they don't have a lot of intel, just playing in a site.
Yeah, this still seems very... They should easily go the way of MIBR here, unless something truly crazy transpires. Flashbang from the CTs, and you can see MIBR immediately spring into action. They're assuming it's going to be a bit of a pop flash for a swing to take place. This nade from Diane, she times it right. It could deal a lot of damage, and it does indeed, but still not going to be enough. She's got a P250 in hand, spots a player, gets a dink on a Hera. She needs backup, which has arrived indeed, but utility is going to be raining on in from the Ts. Hera down to 18 HP, but the problem is for the CTs here, they have no smokes remaining. They have a kit though, but they need to get these kills, and MIBR, they're not going to be facing.
There's still 2 flashbangs left, so this should look really solid now for MIBR. And LyttleZ with another one, khizha, and she can find both there in the end. Yeah, it's rough if you don't have a smoke in place, but a kit. So if everyone is repositioned, they obviously are going to be playing the long game there, just holding on, and MIBR in a good spot to actually steal away CLG's map pick here.
Which would be so massive for them. And of course, we're going to be going to Inferno later on after this map. That is, of course, going to be the pick from MIBR and Overpass as the decider. But that's far away. We're not even guaranteed we're going to be going to Overpass here, as we have CLG Red now. Backs against a wall. They have the weaponry, they have the utility, but they need to get a few rounds. Just one round. It's been a drought here for CLG, and the nades come sailing in. Goose able to extricate herself from a rough position, as you're going to be grouping up towards a short position, I thought, but great utility usage here from MIBR to flush out all these angles. And CLG Red, they decide they want to play the retake. A wild spray from Arkinia, dealing quite a bit of damage. Look at the amount of damage being dealt. uhKelsie, sub 50 HP, without any of them having been spotted out. And now the 5v5, the retake has to take place, but LyttleZ is going to draw first blood.
Yeah, aware as to where the CGs are going to be coming in, rotating from. Now a lot of pressure onto the shoulders of CLG. Then play it down. khizha is also pretty heavily tagged up, and it's raining smokes now on the side that can come in hand, or it can become really tricky. And now Arkinia has to come in the long way around. They are defusing the bomb, and just by an inch, they're not going to do it. CLG take it by using the smoke, but it was still a close one.
It was such a close attempt there in the 5v5, just one player surviving. You see the timeout getting called instantaneously from the CLG side. Bit of respite here. CLG, but still long way to go, and just winning 1 or 2 rounds, it doesn't really inspire too much confidence, if you ask me, Fearless. It just feels like, again, you saw the fashion in which they won it, having to stick the defuse through the smoke, and
yeah, if that's the way you gotta win it in,
not sustainable.
No, definitely not. MIBR seem to be the stronger team here right now, and that is scary. And if you're CLG, you know, pre-pandemic, they were the top team in the world to be beaten. And now, suddenly, you know, there's teams that can shake you up a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've just loved this rise of the female Brazilian scene. They have shocked and awed. You saw it from Furia, Season 1 Finals in Dallas. You saw it from them again. Bear in mind, I mean, CLG Red are playing MIBR right now because they lost to Furia just the other day. So really making a statement here. With that being said, the job's not done yet. Until we get to the magic number of 16, it's not quite yet over. As MIBR, a bit of a switch up here. A lot of noise being made towards mid. Showing their hand. Flash is going to come pouring on, and Juli has been a rock towards this mid position, but this time it's only Diane, and here they come charging from CD spot. This is brilliant from MIBR, and this is going to be so rough for Juli. She's got to strike, and she's only going to find one. 3 kills go the way of MIBR, and they're 2 kills away from getting to map point.
They're gonna go for this, and honestly, they have to. It's high risk, high reward. If it needs to happen, it needs to happen now. khizha is looking to make the jump, will do so. And now, swings, grabs the kill. This needs to be the start of this retake, but she's all on her own. Goosebreeder a little bit too late, will eventually find Akina, but still, the time is ticking away. Has picked up that kit. And needs to go in, needs to fake defuse, but of course they're holding on to their angles. She's just going to try and stick it, but of course they're going to peek in the end, and that is now map point for MIBR.
That is so well done. That is so well put together for MIBR. I thought they were going to be coming in from window. Instead, no, they smoke off. They smoke off mid, wrap around from CD spawn, and then a B hit comes on in, and then the 2 CTs. Juli had to go nuclear, but unfortunately only able to find one. Great spacing as well. And MIBR, made in Brazil. Map point. They were trailing 9-4 in the first half in CLG's red map pick, and now they have 3 opportunities to close this one out, and it could be all on Emmy to stave this one off, but she's gonna fall, and it looks like MIBR are gonna be doing it.
2 opening kills already. Goosebreeder is desperately trying to hold on to this B-bomb side, but will eventually burn alive. Still good for 2 kills, and Hera is also brought pretty low. So there could be a shot. Only 1 kid in play though, and a limited amount of utility. A single smoke could be good for a Ninja like they had a couple of rounds ago, but it's gonna be very, very hard for them to pull this one off.
It's gonna be nigh impossible. They do have the kit, right, for khizha. Smoke will be deployed. khizha has to check the angle, and she won't check. She won't go for the hard clear. And Hera, on so low HP, still able to come out on top. And Juli, her days seem numbered. She gets the dink, she gets attacked, she doesn't get the kill. And MIBR will take map number 1, the pick of CLG Reds. And they have drawn first blood.
They are incredibly happy, and rightfully so. Because this is what the Death definitely didn't predict as well. CLG need to rethink and really group themselves up again to go back on Inferno.
Well, we got to